Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Insight Podcast, where we dive into the latest innovations and strategies in technology and cybersecurity to help organizations navigate an increasingly complex digital world. I am your host, Daniel Altaher, and today we have a fascinating episode lined up. In today's environment, cyber threats are not only more sophisticated, but also more frequent, making cybersecurity a top priority for organizations of all sizes. Traditional approaches often fall short of identifying and defending all these modern threats, and that's where the power of artificial intelligence comes in. With AI-driven cybersecurity, we're able to move beyond reactive measures and take a proactive stance on protecting data, infrastructure, and ultimately business operations. One of the pioneers in this field is Darktrace, a company renowned for groundbreaking AI technology that acts like an immune system for digital environments, constantly learning, adapting, and responding to new and unknown threats in real time. At Sentinel Technologies, we are proud to partner with Darktrace, combining their advanced solutions with our expertise to offer clients an unparalleled defense against cyber attacks. Now, today I'm thrilled to welcome my guest, Mr. Mark Diver, an account executive here at Darktrace, to discuss how our partnership is reshaping cybersecurity landscape. Mark, welcome to the podcast.
Hi, Daniel. Nice to be here. Great to be here. And thank you for having me.
Fantastic. Thank you for coming on. So, Mark, Darktrace is known as an AI-driven approach to cybersecurity, which is truly a game changer, right? And how threats are detected, how they're managed. So from your experience, as we just dive right in here, working directly with clients on a day-to-day basis, what are some of the key cybersecurity challenges that Darktrace is solving today?
Thank you, Daniel. Happy to answer that for you and dive in, pun intended. Covering all the bases here, the key challenges that we see at Darktrace, realistically all across the market, industry agnostic, doesn't matter. That threat environment is growing daily, right? So we're seeing, ever since specifically COVID, is a big example, but just realistically the change in working from home, a lot of individuals using their personal devices to log into work, as I'm sure and the market does, can lead to some openings for malicious actors to get in there. On top of that, just the, speed and rate at which these new or novel threats that are unseen are occurring in the market are advancing rapidly, right? So, we hear updates and I post updates on my LinkedIn all the time on, these evolution of AI, we'll call it. It seems like there's a new moniker or a new abbreviation every single week for some new capabilities. It's not just the defenders who have that, right? It is also those malicious actors who are creating these novel attacks that are getting through. And that's what we see and that's what we solve.
That's incredible. So I understand that Sentinel Technologies has been working with Darktrace, to implement some of these AI-driven solutions for our customers. Can you share a little example about some of the synergy between Sentinel and Darktrace and how that helps to improve a client's security posture?
Oh, of course. And realistically, I can't even point to just one example. I feel like all of our shared accounts are, really, really doing great with the combined services there. And
you guys have been a great partner.
Amazing partnership. Honestly, I love working with, everybody, there. Shout out to, Ray, Dan, John, a whole bunch of names.
A lot of good folks on both ends and to your team as well.
Thank you. But, first and foremost, as mentioned, Darktrace does pride itself, on its partner ecosystem in general, working alongside trusted organizations like Sentinel Technologies, really to ensure a proper rollout of the solutions that are tailored to the organizations. I like to always say to my, prospects and customers that I'm working with that prescription before prognosis is malpractice, right? So
there it is.
With the combined efforts there at Darktrace and Sentinel Technologies, that will not happen. Now, as alluded to, a bit with the challenges that we're facing, Darktrace does learn, unique behaviors of organizations and can detect those potential threats, which I'm happy to, go into a little bit later. Where that combines in are really the services, right? So Sentinel Technologies expertise, along with what we're, detecting and responding to, is going to give you a trusted MSSP really offering hands-on expertise with examples from other clients in the industry that are similar to the industries that our customers are working with, being able to pinpoint those threats, and most importantly, alert and work with those teams for an amazing combination that will keep you safe and honestly give you a lot of peace of mind.
So innovation is so crucial in the cybersecurity world, especially given how rapidly the threat landscape is evolving. How does Darktrace stay ahead of these changes? How do you see our partnership with Sentinel here evolving in the future?
That's a great question, Daniel. Now, here at Darktrace, where I see us going is a bit of where we've already been, right? And just growing from that. Our design here was actually patented in 2013. So we do have the badge as the first deployment of self-learning AI in the cybersecurity market there to protect organizations. Thank you. And our patented design, it doesn't just rely on predefined rules or signatures, but instead takes a unique look at your business to be able to pinpoint anomalous behaviors. I know that that's just a lot of big words and maybe abbreviations there. So to break that down a little bit, I like to pull in an example, with more familiar concepts, right? So, a lot of cases, IT directors, CIOs, et cetera, it can be an unforgiving job in a lot of ways, kind of like a bouncer at a local hotspot or a bar, scanning threats, right? Now, in my example, the bouncer has a list of bad people, right, that they won't let in. Now, the bouncer would be like the CIO or the IT director, and that list of people not to let in would be the rules and signatures that I've spoken of earlier. Now, in this example, the bouncer has that list of bad people, to not let in. And, they pick up on these threats, right? If they have this list and they go, okay, individuals with blonde hair, tattoos, whatever it might be, and no offense if anybody has blonde hair or tattoos, example. But yeah, so, they'll
making a real world example.
Yeah. They'll pick up on things that are similar, right? Similarities. And that's where you get to that AI moniker that a lot of solutions have, just that's just generative AI, right? It bases it off those rules and signatures, which is effective, right? It helps protect. But now let's say at this specific hotspot, me, Mark Diver, I've never been to this town before. Bouncer's never seen me. I've never walked into this establishment. They let me in. Great.
They let you in?
They let me in. I know. This is just an example, right? But no, so they let me in, and when I'm in there, I cause a ruckus, right? I wreck the bar, and obviously bouncer gets me, throws me out, and now everybody's safe that Mark Diver's gone. That being the case, the bar's still wrecked. Might be shut down for a couple days, maybe a week, and
business operation.
I would assume that bouncer's probably also going to get thrown out in a couple days as well, and they're going to hire a new bouncer. And that CIO, IT director is out of a job. They hire in somebody new who then positions themselves to maybe executives saying, oh yeah, how did that old bouncer not know Mark Diver walked in? I know all about Mark Diver. Do they? Maybe. But most likely it's just picking it up on those rules and signatures now that I am a threat. So where Darktrace differentiates from that is we don't rely, as mentioned, on those rules and signatures or that bouncer list, and instead take a combination of computing resources, AI algorithms, and your business data to create a profile of each individual IP or device that's in your environment, creating a profile of any anonymities or things that are strange happening, so that it can obviously not even have the Mark Divers or the malicious black hat hackers or these novel threats show their IDs, so to speak, to the bouncer to even potentially get in. So, net of that is, realistically safety and also just peace of mind, right? Obviously, I hope that a lot of the CIOs and IT directors out there have a lot more responsibilities than just keeping people out of a bar. That being said, sometimes their jobs get down to that, where it's just answering tickets or replying to things, and they're really not focusing on what they even studied for, or what their career is.
Right.
So, on top of that peace of mind, realistically, it can help grow careers and an organization's cyber posture just from opening up those resources, that they might not have otherwise had.
So, Mark, you're talking about a little bit of the innovation at Darktrace. Where do you see the future of our partnership here?
Yeah, so I mean, it is just taken off, right? I mean, we have made a huge effort within our partner ecosystem, specifically as of late, to really investing in that area. I mean, and bringing forward, just the trust, the connection, and also the combined abilities, right, to really have a amazing defense for your organization so that nothing slips in. And on top of being autonomously alerted, basically set it and forget it with Darktrace.
Yeah.
Those proactive alerts and that, that partnership with Sentinel Technologies where you're just going, and by going, that's what in the example there, kind of set it and forget it. Don't handle the baddies coming into your organizations, everyone. Set that and forget that and rely on Darktrace and Sentinel Technologies to protect you while you can grow and scale your organization.
Absolutely. Mark, this has been such an insightful conversation, and I want to thank you for joining me today to talk about the impact of Darktrace solutions and our partnership. So for our listeners that are out there today, if you are interested in learning more about how Sentinel and Darktrace can help protect your organization, we encourage you to reach out. You can always visit our website or get in touch with one of our experts to explore these innovative solutions and how we can enhance your security. I'm going to redo that. I don't like the way I phrase it. All right, ready?
I agree, by the way.
All right. Mark, thank you for your time. This has been an insightful conversation. I want to thank you for joining me today. Thank you for coming on the podcast. For our listeners who are interested in learning more about how Sentinel and Darktrace work together to protect your organization, we encourage you to reach out to us via our website or get in touch with one of our cybersecurity experts to learn and explore how our innovative solutions can help enhance your security strategy. Thank you again to Mark and everyone else tuning in, and we will see you next time on the Insight Podcast.
Thank you, Daniel.